Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yes, today is Wednesday, and the sun's at least up, but it ain't pretty. But let's start with greetings. Hello, my name is Daniel. I'll be your host. Yeah,
Guy in the chair.
and today, since it's Wednesday, we're gonna go with spooky animation and the crazy man horror story. So enjoy. So enjoy.
I am a night person who likes to jog around my neighborhood at night. I did the same on this day around 13 years ago. I changed into my sweatshirt around 9 p.m. and went outside for a run. As I ran outside, I enjoyed taking the cool night air into my lungs. I suddenly heard footsteps from somewhere and turned toward where I thought the sound was coming from.
Go
I could see a
investigating.
man coming towards me, swinging his arms. He was Nicholas, one of my neighbors. He had one hand on his neck, and his white t-shirt was stained with blood. I was surprised and asked him what was going on, and he shouted, "My blood!" He then collapsed on the ground, bleeding from his neck. I slowly approached him with hesitancy and saw another man at the entrance of Nicholas's house. He was dancing behind the collapsed Nicholas. The man was wearing a weird costume, like a red cape. He looked at me, brightly smiled, and yelled, "You won't die, because I haven't drunk too much." Then he laughed and rushed off into the darkness. I supported Nicholas and panicked, because I had no idea what was happening. He was half fainted and said, "That bastard sucked all my blood." He looked pale and weak. I called the police, and
Yeah,
the strange man in the red
that's
cape
crazy
already ran
stuff
away by the
there.
time the police arrived. The officers left to track him down. Nicholas was later transferred to the hospital, where they expected him to die from excessive bleeding. A few days later, his testimony to the police was released, and it was shocking. On the night of the incident, someone knocked on the door while he was alone at home. He opened the door, and a man said he was thirsty and asked for something to drink. When Nicholas tried to give him water, the man said, "There are no nutrients in water. The ones I need are in your body." He forcibly climbed onto Nicholas's body, pulling out an iron straw to suck blood from his neck. When the police heard Nicholas's testimony at first, they said it was an unbelievable claim. However, the police began tracking the culprits, and several pieces of evidence were found in his home. Not long after the tracking, the police caught the culprit, a crazy man who claimed to be a vampire. His straw was made of iron, and the tip was as sharp as a knife. He had assaulted people in the middle of the night, sneaking inside the alleyways, sucking their blood, and leaving. Then he became bold enough to enter another person's house. He said that he thought Nicholas's blood would be very delicious as soon as he saw Nicholas's face, and he was right. He also told the police that he should choose his object carefully, since each human has a different taste in blood, and selecting the wrong person with unfavorable blood does not quench his thirst at all. He then reportedly smiled at the police officer and said, "Mr. Policeman, your blood must be salty and sour. Let me suck your blood a sip, and I'll tell you my secret." The police got angry with him, and the man proudly said that he had sucked the blood of more than 50 people. The man eventually ended up in prison, and Nicholas suffered severe trauma for some time. He lived in his house
wonder
plastered
why.
with crosses and moved to another city altogether at the end. However, 10 years later, a rumor began that a vampire had again assaulted the village. As I thought of it, I wondered if the crazy man had just been released from prison. One day, while jogging at night, I heard something fluttering behind me, and I looked back. It was a man, and he had a cape on, flapping in the wind and running like crazy toward me. I was so startled that I fell to the ground, and he pulled out a very large, long, iron straw and tried to climb on top of me. I felt the fear of death, kicked him hard, and he groaned and fell to the ground. And he said to me as he pointed the sharp straw right at me, "I've always wondered what your blood tastes like." He stabbed a straw in my arm, and my blood gushed out. He then put his mouth on my arm to suck the blood, I punched him in his face, but he kept sucking my blood even though he got hit. I instantly felt drained as the blood left from my body, and I was terrified. I kept punching him in the face until he fell backward in pain. I ran away as fast as I could, and he shouted at me from behind. Your blood tastes like peanut butter. I'll come back to suck your blood again next time.
Peanut butter. Yeah.
I ran away from him and called the police. He was arrested and put in jail again. That seems to be the end of my horrific nightmare, but every night I am terrified that he will appear again one day, and I still have the scar from his straw on my arm.
Hey guys, that's why you gotta be careful where you go and don't go investigating. But his friend needed help, so that's commendable. But still ain't going around sucking people's blood from a straw. Oh, that's nuts. But it was good he hit until he stopped sucking on his arm. Pow, pow. Got a brick and popped him in the head. But hey, that's why you don't go out at night. But or do it, or it's just safe. But if you like it, don't forget to like it, comment down below, and then subscribe for more, and hit the notification button to be notified every time I post a new video. Share. Bye.